You're sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic at 7:42 a.m., already running late, watching your gas gauge drop while your blood pressure spikes, and you're about to spend 8 hours in an office doing the exact same job you've been doing perfectly from your couch for 3 years. Your productivity metrics are up, your work quality is flawless, your Zoom meetings are efficient. But your CEO just sent a company-wide email with the subject line, "Exciting return to office initiative," and you absolutely know it has nothing to do with collaboration, innovation, or company culture. It's about control. It's about commercial real estate investments. It's about middle managers justifying their existence. And you're about to waste 12 hours of your week commuting to prove you're working while you could have been actually working. Welcome to the corporate theater of 2024. Monday morning, 6:17 a.m. Your alarm goes off 90 minutes earlier than it did last week because starting today, you're required in the office 3 days a week. Not because your performance declined, your last review was glowing. Not because collaboration suffered, your team's been crushing deadlines for 36 months straight from their respective homes. But because leadership decided that in-person energy is essential, which is corporate speak for, we signed a 10-year lease in 2019 and the building's empty. You're in the shower, already doing the mental math. Commute time, 53 minutes each way if traffic's good, 90 minutes if it's not. Gas, $68 a week. Parking, $25 a day. Lunch, because the office cafeteria charges airport prices, $15 minimum. Dry cleaning for business casual clothes you haven't worn since 2021, another $40 a month. You're spending roughly $400 a month and 10 hours a week to sit in a cubicle and do exactly what you've been doing in sweatpants. You check Slack while making coffee. Your boss, Karen, posted at 6:03 a.m. So excited to see everyone's faces today. Nothing beats in-person collaboration. Karen lives 4 miles from the office. You live 19. Karen's collaboration will consist of her walking past your desk 3 times, saying how's it going, not waiting for an answer, and then sending you a Slack message from her office 20 feet away, asking for a status update that could have been a bullet point. You're on the highway. The 405 is its usual hellscape. You've moved 1.3 miles in 17 minutes. A Tesla cuts you off. You brake hard. Your coffee, the good coffee you made at home, sloshes onto your shirt. Professional start to your exciting return to office initiative. Your phone connects to CarPlay. Notification from Microsoft Teams. Karen started a meeting. Morning sync. It's 7:51 a.m. You're not there. The meeting you could have joined from your home office in 3 seconds is now happening without you because you're performing the ritual of commuting to prove you're dedicated. You finally arrive at 8:47 a.m. The parking garage is full because apparently everyone got the same excited to see everyone's faces email. You circle. Level 1, Level 2, Level 3. There's a spot. Someone takes it. You circle again. This is collaboration. This is innovation. This is the in-person energy leadership was talking about. You park on Level 4. The elevator's broken. You take the stairs. You're sweating through your shirt, the shirt that already has a coffee stain. You're about to spend 8 hours in an air-conditioned building, but first you have to physically exert yourself to get there because the infrastructure is falling apart. But sure, let's talk about how essential physical presence is. You badge in at 9:04 a.m. Karen's there. Good morning, glad you could make it. The tone suggests you're late. You're 4 minutes late because you had to park in a different zip code and climb 4 flights of stairs. If you were home, you'd have been working since 8:30, but now you're late because you were commuting to not be late, which is the kind of circular logic that makes sense to executives who haven't commuted anywhere except from their house to their Peloton in 3 years. Your desk is exactly as you left it in March 2020. There's a wilted plant, a Far Side calendar stuck on March 13th, 2020, a coffee mug with visible mold. This is the office culture they want you back for. Literal mold. You sit down, you open your laptop, you log into Slack. Karen messages. Quick sync when you get settled. She's in her office. You're at your desk. This conversation will happen via Slack, in the office, because that makes sense. Brad from accounting walks by. Hey, welcome back. You haven't spoken to Brad in 3 years. You will not speak to Brad again after this, but this 30-second awkward hallway interaction is apparently worth 19 miles of traffic and $68 in gas. The office kitchen. You need more coffee because yours is on your shirt. There are 12 people waiting for the single-cup Keurig machine, the machine that takes 2 minutes per cup. You're standing in line for coffee you could have made it home in 30 seconds. This is efficiency. This is why we're back. 10:47 a.m. You've been in the office for 93 minutes. Your actual work time? 11 minutes. The rest has been commute recovery, coffee line, Karen's quick sync that really was just her talking about her weekend for 20 minutes, IT troubleshooting because your docking station doesn't work anymore, and 3 separate conversations with people asking how is working from home as if it was a vacation and not just you doing your job from a different chair. Your calendar pings. Conference room B, strategic planning meeting. You walk to conference room B. The projector doesn't work. Someone's trying to connect their laptop. They're sharing their screen. It's showing their desktop. Their very personal desktop with a folder labeled Taxes 2019 and another labeled Beach Photos, Don't Open at Work. We're all pretending not to see it. The meeting starts 19 minutes late. Your director, Michael, is on Zoom. From home. Michael is on Zoom from home explaining why it's important that you're in the office. The irony is completely lost on him. He's talking about synergy and organic collaboration while sitting in his home office in whatever wealthy suburbs executives live in where they don't have to commute with the peasants. Your phone buzzes. Text from Alicia, who still works remotely. How's office life? You want to respond with a novel. You send, kill me. She responds with a skull emoji. She understands. Lunchtime. The cafeteria is charging $14 for a salad that's mostly iceberg lettuce and despair. You could have made a gourmet lunch at home for $4, but you're here for collaboration. You're collaborating with overpriced lettuce. You eat at your desk because there's work to do, and you've completed maybe 2 hours of it. Karen walks by. No desk lunches. Let's use the collaboration spaces. The collaboration space is 4 tables surrounded by people silently scrolling their phones. You join them. You scroll your phone. This is the organic collaboration that required your physical presence. 2:34 p.m. You're in your 7th meeting of the day. Your productivity is flatlined. You've completed maybe 2 hours of actual work. The rest has been performance art, performing presence, performing engagement, performing the fiction that your physical location correlates to your output quality. Your laptop battery is at 4%. You left your charger at home because you haven't needed an office charger in 3 years. You ask around, nobody has your specific charger. You walk to IT. They're closed for lunch at 2:34 p.m. Of course they are.
You're trying to work on your dying laptop when the fire alarm goes off. Not a drill, an actual alarm. Someone burned popcorn in the kitchen microwave. You evacuate. You're standing in the parking lot with 300 other people who are all secretly hoping this turns into an early dismissal. It doesn't. You stand there for 27 minutes, in the sun, sweating through your coffee-stained shirt, losing cell signal because everyone's on their phones. This is the in-person energy. You can feel the synergy radiating from the burned popcorn smell. You're finally allowed back in. Your laptop is dead. Your desk phone doesn't work because nobody's used desk phones since 2015 and the system was never updated. You're sitting at a desk in an office, completely unable to work, thinking about your home setup where everything functioned perfectly and you are averaging 93% productivity. Karen appears. Hey, before you go, can you put together that report for tomorrow's meeting? It's 4:47 p.m. You leave at 5. This report will take 90 minutes. If you were home, you'd stay online and finish it. But now you have to commute home. You can't finish it tonight because you're already exhausted from a day of performing office presence. So you wake up early tomorrow and finish it then, before your commute, before your next exciting day of collaboration. You look around. Half the office is already empty. People left at 4. They're working from home the rest of the day. They evacuated the theater. They performed their presence, got their attendance points, and left. This is the system. This is why you're here. 5:03 p.m. You're back in traffic. It's worse now. Everyone's commuting home from their offices where they could have been working from home. The 405 is a parking lot. You've moved 0.6 miles in 14 minutes. Your podcast is buffering because your phone's almost dead and your car charger is somewhere in the void. You finally get home at 6:37 p.m. You've been awake for 12 hours and 20 minutes. You worked maybe 3 actual hours. The rest was theater. You check your email. 3 fires that started while you were commuting home. Fires you could have put out immediately if you were already home. But you weren't home. You were collaborating in traffic. Karen sends a Slack. Great to have everyone back. Tomorrow, let's do a team lunch, 12:30. Tomorrow's Thursday. You're supposed to be remote Thursday, but now there's a team lunch, which means you have to come in again because someone scheduled food during work hours and called it team building. You look around. Half the office is already empty. People left at 4. They're working from home the rest of the day. They evacuated the theater. They performed their presence, got their attendance points, and left. This is the system. This is why you're here. 5:03 p.m. You're back in traffic. It's worse now. Everyone's commuting home from their offices where they could have been working from home. The 405 is a parking lot. You've moved 0.6 miles in 14 minutes. Your podcast is buffering because your phone's almost dead and your car charger is somewhere in the void. You finally get home at 6:37 p.m. You've been awake for 12 hours and 20 minutes. You worked maybe 3 actual hours. The rest was theater. You check your email. 3 fires that started while you were commuting home. Fires you could have put out immediately if you were already home. But you weren't home. You were collaborating in traffic. Karen sends a Slack. Great to have everyone back. Tomorrow, let's do a team lunch, 12:30. Tomorrow's Thursday. You're supposed to be remote Thursday, but now there's a team lunch, which means you have to come in again because someone scheduled food during work hours and called it team building. You look around. Half the office is already empty. People left at 4. They're working from home the rest of the day. They evacuated the theater. They performed their presence, got their attendance points, and left. This is the system. This is why you're here. You look around. Half the office is already empty. People left at 4. They're working from home the rest of the day. They evacuated the theater. They performed their presence, got their attendance points, and left. This is the system. This is why you're here. 5:03 p.m. You're back in traffic. It's worse now. Everyone's commuting home from their offices where they could have been working from home. The 405 is a parking lot. You've moved 0.6 miles in 14 minutes. Your podcast is buffering because your phone's almost dead and your car charger is somewhere in the void. You finally get home at 6:37 p.m. You've been awake for 12 hours and 20 minutes. You worked maybe 3 actual hours. The rest was theater. You check your email. 3 fires that started while you were commuting home. Fires you could have put out immediately if you were already home. But you weren't home. You were collaborating in traffic. Karen sends a Slack. Great to have everyone back. Tomorrow, let's do a team lunch, 12:30. Tomorrow's Thursday. You're supposed to be remote Thursday, but now there's a team lunch, which means you have to come in again because someone scheduled food during work hours and called it team building. You look at your home office setup, your ergonomic chair, your 2 monitors, your coffee maker 6 feet away, your bathroom that doesn't have a line, your lunch that costs actual food prices, your life that you had back for 3 years. Your phone buzzes, LinkedIn notification. Your connection James accepted a new position. You open it. James works at a fully remote company. He's smiling in his profile picture. He looks rested. He looks like someone who doesn't spend 10 hours a week performing presence in traffic. You update your LinkedIn profile. You change your settings to open to opportunities. You filter by remote only. There are 16,000 positions because while your company is forcing everyone back to the office for collaboration, thousands of other companies figured out that adults can do their jobs without being physically supervised like children. Your CEO will never admit the real reason you're back. The real estate investment, the middle management justification, the control, the old school belief that if they can't see you, you're not working, despite 3 years of data proving otherwise. So you'll keep commuting, keep performing, keep collaborating with overpriced lettuce and broken elevators and burned popcorn fire alarms until you find a company that understands that presence and productivity aren't the same thing, that trust and output matter more than butts and seats, that it's 2024 And maybe, just maybe, we can let the office building become the museum it was always meant to be.